Hello and happy Monday. It is February 5th. I am MJ and this is a general reading for the collective. And today I'm going to use my Unfinished Business, a Ghostly Tarot. This is what the box looks like and it includes a guidebook. Shuffled Ink started sending out decks. So if you have an order for Unfinished Business or the second printing of Raven's Dream or Tales for Tomorrow, if you haven't received tracking already, you will very soon. So excited about that. I am so happy to now be free. I can't begin to express the feeling knowing that now I can create on my schedule. I can publish on my schedule. Everything is done on my terms. No more having to, wait because of a publishing agreement. It's just, I am so happy to be free. All right, anyway, let's get right to it. Let's talk about the energy that's influencing us today. What's that energy behind our mood, our decisions, how we relate with one another? Then we'll take a look at the upcoming situation. We'll see what we have on tap here. What should we look forward to or maybe plan for as the week unfolds? Then we will open up that door to the external influence. That's that outside influence that comes into our situation and they bring something to the party. What are they contributing? And then we'll wrap it all up with some words of advice. Alrighty. Give it just a nice, good, clear shuffle and see who's going to show up first. Which of these beautiful spirits are going to make an appearance? So we're starting off here with the Eight of Pentacles. So when we have the Eight of Pentacles, poor Summer, the cellist, she was practicing and practicing and practicing. She wanted to get this one piece right, this one, section of a piece of work right. And she just kept practicing the same notes over and over and over until it made her roommate literally snap and her roommate strangled Summer with her own bow. So when we have this energy of the Eight of Pentacles influencing us today, we might become fixated on perfecting something. We might feel like we just have to get it just dialed in, right? We're not quite there yet. We just need a little bit more work, a little bit more refinement. It's not ready to show. And that's the thing with this Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles pushes us to learn more. It pushes us to grow and to refine what we've already built upon. But it also holds this potential to keep us back, right? That fear of not being perfect enough or not being good enough, not being comfortable with showing others our work because we're afraid of judgment, right? We don't want to put ourselves out in the arena because what if, all that hard work, people look at it and they go, oh, well, whatever, that's not so great. That can be soul crushing. And so there's this fear of making sure that everything is dialed in. And here's the thing though, and a lot of writers suffer from this, is that you're putting this fear of being perfect ahead of the good, right? It's like you're not putting yourself out there. You're not growing in a way that only comes from being vulnerable, from putting your work out into the world. And so holding it in, keeping it back might feel really safe. And that's what we might have here with this Eight of Pentacles. And we'll see what the upcoming situation is. But it can also stunt our growth. So we want to move forward. We want to refine our skills. We want to make whatever it is that we're working on even better. But we also have to find that healthy balance that comes from showing our work, being out there, putting ourselves into the arena and growing from that space. Okay, so let's see what this upcoming situation is. Oops. Oh, well, hi, Gracie. All right, Grace showed up here, the High Priestess. She just flew out. So, the story with this card is that poor Grace was living in a house with an abusive father. who would take out his anger on her when he would come home drunk. And so she ran out into the swamp one night to avoid him. And she could hear this voice inside her head guiding her through the swamp, guiding her through all the dangers from the animals, from the predators that lived in the swamp, to her father who was chasing after her. This voice would tell her when to hold back, right? To pay attention to the clues, pay attention to what you're listening to. Hear the swamp as a whole, become part of it, become in tune with your surroundings. And so having this high priestess, the situation that comes in is going to ask that you pay attention to your gut, especially when you're perfecting something. Pay attention to where you're being led, right? Pay attention to that voice in your head. Does it tell you, hey, you know what? I can trust this person. Let me show my work to them. I'll get honest feedback from them. Or is it saying like, oh, you know what? Maybe this is not the best opportunity until you have perfected something. So pay attention to what your internal wisdom is telling you. You have that ability to connect with your high priestess within you. And the high priestess has information that, on this, on, in the physical realm, you don't have access to, right? It's like it's another dimension that this high priestess travels to. And this energy is able to tap in to what is the best course of action. It's like it can almost see like the next 2 or 3 steps ahead. So pay attention to what your voice is guiding you to do right now, because you have already worked so hard to build up something, to create something of value, to create a skill that you have, that you've been nurturing and working towards. And, is it ready to start trickling some of that work out into the world? It might be ready. The time might be now, but you have to pay attention to your gut, and you can't let fear be that voice. Fear is not the high priestess. The high priestess does not operate from a state of fear. She operates from a state of knowing, and that knowing comes from within. And it's fear that is your ego. That is what's there to protect you, right? It feels like it has to be in. Fear is like a nanny, like it wants to prevent you from feeling any pain or discomfort. And so that's not always the path to growth. And so pay attention to that inner voice. When the inner voice tells you to run, right? Run with this idea. Listen to it. It's moving you in the right direction. So let's see what we have here. For the, who's coming into this party? Who's that outside influence? What are they bringing? Wishes fulfilled. Hello. Okay, so we have the 9 of Cups sitting here. And, this is all about you achieving your dream, achieving those goals, putting in that hard work. And so the situation is going to open the door here to an opportunity perhaps, or to someone who will help you realize those dreams, whether it be an opportunity for you to gain more skills, to, work towards that final end goal, or perhaps to recognize that now is a time to start bringing your work out so that you can make, those relationships with people who will help you strengthen your skill set. This is a time to feel really good about what you've done so far. When the 9 of Cups comes in, you're going to get that sense of, that you're in the right place, that you're making the right choices, that you're working towards something that holds value. You're going to feel as though you're well on your way of achieving that dream. And it really, the key here is to trust your inner voice. What does your inner voice tell you? If it tells you to submit your work to a juried show, submit your work. If you get that tug that says, oh, you know what, this is something I should be doing, listen to it right now. It's there to guide you. So that's what that situation is. When you find yourself hearing that inner voice, that's the situation. When you listen to that inner voice, you open up that door to the Nine of Cups. And I don't think there's anyone here listening to this that would not want to open the door to the Nine of Cups, because that ushers in a time where you feel as though all that hard work pays off. So let's see what we have here for the advice. Look at this. Yes. Hello, Greta. So we have the Chariot coming in, right? Greta here, she's determined. She's focused. She's laser focused. She has a goal, and there is nothing, well, except for a cobblestone, that can shake that focus. She is ready to take control of the situation. She's ready to move towards a goal without fear, right? If you let fear hold you back, the thing with the Chariot is, the Chariot moves very quickly, and the Chariot requires that you remain diligent, that your focus is keen, that you're unwavering. And the key here with this Chariot energy is that you have it within you, just like you have that High Priestess within you. You have this ability to drive that energy. You can call the energy of the Chariot, hop in, and have it take you to wherever you want to go. And it might take you right there to getting your wish fulfilled. The caveat to that is you have to be focused. Just like if you're driving a car. If you're, have you ever driven down the road and you've seen somebody kind of looking around and they're like, oh, is it this street? Is it that street? And they have their phone out. Maybe they've got an actual physical map. They're unfocused. Their eyes are not on the road. Well, one, they're not driving very quickly, or if they are, that's dangerous. They're not finding their way with confidence, that's for sure. So you want to make sure that you have this power, right? You're given this gift of this Chariot energy. You're basically given a sports car. You want to use it, right? You want to use that power so that you can reach your destination. But when you're behind the wheel, you have to be focused. And knowing that you've worked so freaking hard to get to this point where you have something of value, that you have this talent that is blossoming, and it might not be 100% yet, it might be 95%. That's okay. 95% is damn good. So use your talent. Let it be known to the world what you're working on when the opportunity is right. And you'll know that because the High Priestess is coming in to tell you when it's right. Just know that there's an opportunity here for you to feel damn good. And the key is to apply what you've learned, open the door to relationships that will help you polish or refine those skills. And the way to do that is to listen to your gut so that you can show the world. You can show people who you trust what you've been working on. Not everybody, those who you trust, those who you feel comfortable sharing your work with. And once all that starts to flow, you'll find that the energy around you is going to open up and things will start progressing so quickly because it's like you've declared like, hey, I'm ready to show my work. And then I'm going to listen to my gut. And then I'm going to allow and receive what I've been working towards, right? I'm going to receive the gifts that come from that hard work. All right. Much love. Peace. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.